What's up everyone, welcome back to another video. Boozer here. Today's video I want to go over the new event that's happening right now, the Heroes Path for this UDK birthday event. There's going to be UDK Titan points in here that's going to go into this existing event. So I just want to make a couple comments on this. We do a bit of a breakdown on the rewards and my first thoughts on them, so let's just jump right into it. Alright guys, so this is my breakdown of the Heroes Path. There's going to be a couple things that we want to do here. It all seems very exciting and tempting and all that stuff, but we have to be kind of careful with this. So the Heroes Path, you get points from basically doing dungeon divers plus summoning shards. So there is a summon event going on right now. Let's jump into that right now actually. So there's a summon event going on right now, so Plarium's at least offering some boosted rates on some of these champions. Look, all these champions are good. All these champions have uses in the game. It's a 10x boost. Outside of Krisk from the Void Shards, there's no real significant, there's no significant chance increase from a 10x nowadays because the pool is so big. So the chances of you getting any of these champions, it's going to be pretty low outside of Krisk. If you know your Mercy, the Void pool is still small enough that 10x chance might actually be worth something, but you're talking about a Void legendary, so it's still going to be extremely hard to get unless you know your Mercy and you want to spend it on Chris. Otherwise, this is the event that's happening. At least it's something, but it's not going to be too insane. So here's the path again. So here's my path breakdown. The main prize is a Roxam. So Roxam as the main prize, he is a lizardman. He doesn't really do too much, in my opinion. I have multiple copies of him on both my accounts. I think his main thing is he has some stun, veil. He's supposed to be a damage dealer. He places decreased defense, weaken. But I think it does a lot of stuff. But he doesn't do anything particularly super good, but he's supposed to be a damage dealer for the lizardmen. Anyways, I'm not going to go into his kit too much, but he is the main prize, and his total is 60,000 points at the top. It doesn't seem that bad when you think about it. 60,000 at the top. So for summoning champions, for example, in this event, Heroes Path, sorry, we're going to jump into there again. Just see the point breakdown. So you see the point breakdown here. You get 4.5k for a Sacred Shard, 1.1 for a Void, 180 for a Ancient Shard. Sorry, 4.5k for a Sacred Shard, yeah. And then you get some additional points for a Dungeon Diver. So usually when there's two events in one event's going to be more efficient. So obviously the summon champion from Shard is going to be more efficient than doing Dungeon Divers in terms of overall points. And then when we look back, so I'm going to use this 4.5k Sacred Shard price to break down some of these prices and routes in the actual path. So the way I see it is there's three separate paths. One Roxam, one book, and the other ones is all Titan points. So depending, or you could just ignore this event. So what you could do is basically you decide what you want. Do you want Roxam? If you want Roxam, the cheapest way to get Roxam is 142,000 and change points. When you convert that into Sacred Shards, we can do some quick math here, right? 142, 6 divided by. So we were talking 31 Sacred Shards. 31 Sacred Shards, like that's a hell of a summoning event, summon rush, right? Like you are picking up, you're actually not picking up that much because we're fast tracking it to Roxam. So you're skipping the books here. So you're only going to get one book and then one big stone and one medium stone and then Roxam. I mean, it's nice to get a guarantee legendary. But for 30 Sacred Shards, it's kind of absurd. Like I remember we had one for Tatura I went for the tutorial one, and I remember it was about 25 or so sacred shards, and I went for that because there was some good rewards along the way. I remember, I think it was at least 2 books along the way. It was I believe it was like a 2x sacred event. It might have been some kind of sacred event as well. So there was some added bonus to get the tutorial, but 31 for Roxam definitely is much more expensive than that tutorial. If Roxam here was about 25, it might be okay. It might be okay because you're getting some extra rewards along the way. But honestly, 32, I don't know who's going to go for this. It's yeah, so you're going to be coming down one of these paths. You're going to pick up you're not going to pick up all the Titan points either, so it's definitely pretty nasty. So you're coming down these paths, and then you're picking up the key, fast tracking it to the key, and then going down the middle to get Roxam. So if you guys want him, it's going to cost you about 32 sacred shards. I guess you can do like 30 with some dungeon divers. The event is short. It's going to be less than 3 days, so you're not going to have too much time to grind dungeons for points. So the second option is to get one of the books. So the books have like both paths are mirrors of each other in terms of points. It's 29.9k, roughly equivalent to about 6 sacred shards, 6.5, which is actually not bad for one single book. One single book, you won't be able to get all the Titan points. You're only going to get 50, which is kind of like okay. And then you're going to get a book and a 5-star chicken, which is not bad, right? Considering it's like a small, like a half summon rush for you if you only have 6 sacreds. So on a regular summon rush, that would be the equivalent of about 3,000 point threshold, which is for a book pretty good. So if you want a single book and that's all you want out of it, you know, pull your 6 sacreds and then top it up with whatever points you got, and then you got a book. Pretty good deal, I think. And then if you just care about Titan points, it's going to cost you 21.8. It's going to cost you about 5 sacreds, roughly, maybe just slightly less than 5 sacreds. And then you're going to pick up 250 Titan points. So Plarium has already announced that there's going to be a total of 1750 Titan points, and to max out this entire Titan path or Titan event, sorry, it'll cost you 1500 Titan points. So if you fully skip this hero's path, you're going to have to pick up every single Titan point along all the events for the next 2 weeks or however long that Titan event is. So it's probably in your best interest to, if you want to complete the Titan event in its entirety. So you know, we have to look at the Titan event just to see what it is. So the max reward is an Eternal Soulstone, and you get a book here as well. And this costs you 15 out of a total of 1750 that is available. So if you skip this entire event, you will have to do every single event that's upcoming for the next 2 weeks to get this max soulstone. That might not be possible for a lot of people, and at the end of the day, you might not care about going for all of these rewards anyways. So it's always good to just pick up whatever you can without extending your resources too much. But I would definitely recommend getting this 4-star one. So 1000 Titan points, I definitely recommend getting. You get a Void Shard, and then you get the 4-star soul. Even if you don't have Ultimate Death Knight, getting a 4-star soul is very important, because it's going to take you a lot of resources to get this ever. And the way Ultimate Death Knight works right now in Arena in general is that he's super important. So if you ever pull him, you'll probably instantly use him in Arena. Although he's not going to be insane against in offensive situations, you will probably still use them against any Rotos in defense. He's obviously very good in dungeons as well. Will this 4-star help him everywhere? It's the 4-star bonus is a boost, is a stat boost, so he won't get any like ability boost, which comes at like 5 stars and 6 stars obviously. So like if you put like sheep or brimstone for like soul content, then you would want a higher blessing. But definitely I would consider picking up whatever you can. I'm personally going for the 4-star because I use my Ultimate Death Knight in defensive arena situations. So for me, I think I'm just gonna go for this book the Titan books, the Titan points of portion of it. It's going to cost me about 5 sacreds. I don't really want to pull 5 sacreds, to be honest, but I feel like I should probably do it just to get this 1000 point threshold for the Ultimate Death Knight. I will be missing some events for the next couple of days because I will be away, so I do want to add a bit of extra buffer for myself so I can at least achieve this 1000 point for this Ultimate Death Knight soul in the end. So anyways, those are my thoughts on this hero's path. I think it's getting as Roxam. I don't know who's going to get it. 31 sacred shards, it's just ridiculous. Of course you can do dungeon divers, but it's going to be less efficient. It's going to take you a lot of energy to get some points. A book is actually pretty worth it. So if you guys are like mid-range mid-game players and you guys are just looking for some extra resources, this book is actually a decent deal. I think about six sacreds worth. So I think it's a decent deal relative to what we get from normal summon rushes. And if you're just concerned about getting the Ultimate Death Knight soul, getting the Titan points is actually not too expensive. So only 4 sacreds worth, 4.5. So not too expensive. And yeah, so that's my thoughts. Personally, I'm gonna go for the Titan points, and then we'll make our way along the Death Knight soul. Oh, quick comment is, if you guys are doing this, make sure you guys pick up at least 50 increments of these points. You don't want to end up with like a 30 or a 20 just hanging out in your stash, or a 70. Make sure you guys get the 50 increments. So 50, 100, 150, 200, 250. Okay, don't leave yourselves short with 30 and 20 of these points hanging around in your account at the end of this Titan event. So just something I noticed. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. What are you guys doing? I'm interested. There's a lot of things you can do here, so I'm interested in hearing what you guys are doing. And yeah, hopefully you guys have a great Friday, have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video.